Hey, what's up, guys? Figured today I'll show you my newest project that I bought recently. Yep, there she is. 1998 Volkswagen Jetta 1.9 liter turbo diesel, 5-speed manual trans. Pretty much like one of the most fuel efficient cars you can get. Don't mind the shovels and shit falling over. Just trying to make a little space. It's got 290,000 miles on it. It's a little jank. It's got fucking pieces of wood holding the windows up here. Oh, this one's got some tape actually. It is a smoker's car. It's scratched to shit. Fenders, the bumper started to come off a little bit. Tires are in decent shape. It's got red brake drums, which are pretty much like Brembos, so you know it's good. All the trim is faded. It's a smoker's car, so it smells like ass in here right now. But honestly, not too bad. I had nearly the same car last summer. I guess not last summer, the summer before that, for an internship, and I loved it. I put 12,000 miles on that one. I sold it that summer to pay for some tuition and shit, and I've been missing it ever since. I wish I would have never sold it. They have a massive fucking battery in this thing. 1,000 cold cranking amps. Shit, man, that's what I run in the Jeeps. Pretty good size alternator. 90 amp Bosch. So what I know about the car is it obviously has an issue. It does not run very well. What it is the guy I bought it from posted it online. He was just kind of a redneck from the backwoods. He kind of bought it the same reason I bought it. He had a big 604 that he had a whole bunch of money into and kind of wants to keep the miles off the truck. And I mean, as good as my truck gets on mileage, I'm getting about 19 right now on my Cummins. The one I had last year, which is identical setup to this, it got average about 53 miles per gallon. With no additives or none of that shit. I mean, 53 all day. Going 80 down the expressway, sitting at like 12 pounds of boost. So extremely fuel efficient. Best tank I ever had was 58. But this one's honestly nicer spec. My buddy actually found the last car as kind of like a barn car, and the whole the bottom rockers are all gone and shit. So he kind of welded in some new rockers and then rhino lined over top. And honestly, I mean, shit, if you look at these are in pretty damn good shape. I mean, a little surface frost up front, but who gives a shit? It's got a fucking working sunroof. I shit you not, no windows in any of the doors work, but the sunroof works perfectly, which is sweet because last year when I was in Detroit, or I'm sorry, 2 years ago, I roasted my ass off because the AC is pretty weak in it. But yeah, I bought that car from him. I put 12,000 miles on it, like I said. Got awesome fuel economy. I drove it every weekend. I stayed with some relatives, so every weekend I drove either 4 hours north to go to my family and see my buddies and shit, or I went 3.5 hours west. So I was just racking the miles on, which I don't think I'll really do with this one. This will be just kind of driving to work and back and stuff, and kind of keeping the miles off the Cummins for just stupid pointless trips like just going to work every day. So I'll go through the reasons. First off, most obvious, fuel economy. I bought this because as great as 19 miles per gallon is in a 7,000 pound truck, you can't beat 50. You know what I mean? I'm rough guessing I'll probably get 45 to 50 when I drive it to work. But besides that, I mean, it's kind of fun to drive too. They're a little stick shift car. It's got a lot of work before I can drive it, but I mean, you can see it's got a little boost gauge right there. It needs an EGT gauge, but it's straight piped, you know, for performance and whatnot. It really just cleans them up pretty good. Second reason is it's nice to have a third vehicle. There's a little spot on my hood of my truck that it looks like something was dripping on it, maybe at the factory when it was sitting, or it wasn't really on the lot because I really bought it the day it came off the trailer from the plant. So I don't know what it was. Maybe it was sat on the trailer for a few days, but it's got like a little spot. It almost kind of looks like this. It looks like a little spot like this, not nearly this bad or anything, but it's just like a little rough spot that I've wanted to get fixed and shit, but it's like lining up a rental with some of these places is kind of a bitch, and my woman works overlapping times. Like right now she's at work and she'll work till 7:30 in the morning, so it's not like I can take her car. I'd be late to work, so it's nice to in the off season have a spare vehicle if one of us crashes into something or whatever. So that'd be reason number 2 is having a spare vehicle is nice. Number 3 is I'm expecting. So I'm 23 years old. I have a 2016 Cummins. So, as bad as it sounds, I'm a pretty good driver. I would consider myself a pretty good driver. The only thing I've had lately is I freaking smoked a minivan with my buddy's trailer. Not 100% my fault, but fairly my fault. That's a whole interesting story. But anyway, get to the point. It cost me about $200 a month to insure the truck. Because 23 years old, most people my age are either not great drivers or they're out, you know, you can still be a good driver and drive reckless, you know. Not to say I drive reckless, I speed, but I'm smart about it. So I don't have any speeding tickets. I've been pulled over once. I got a ticket once. But I took a test and that's all cleared. So $200 a month is honestly pretty fair when you consider the cost of a truck, a $50,000 truck. A 23-year-old, you know, it's not really that bad, but you can get around that. So for me, it would have been like $230 or something, but I have my Jeep, so that, you know, get a multi-car discount and you get it down a little bit. But there's another way to get it down, and that is finding a way to get your expensive vehicle not as your primary vehicle, okay? So what I'm gonna do with this, because I'll be driving this to work every day that it allows me to drive it to work, I'm gonna put the Cummins as secondary. So what it should do is, I mean, this, certain insurance companies will let you do stated value, and all stated value is you let the insurance company know that you're not expecting a large sum. So for instance, for my Jeep, I think I have it at like 12,000 or something. So even with pictures, apologies, a little sick. Even with pictures, insurance companies don't know really what your car is worth. Okay, so that, you know, they'll leave it up to when you fuck it up and someone quotes what it's worth. So I put my Jeep as 12,000. So what that does is it doesn't say, hey, you crash this, you automatically get 12,000. It says, insurance company, if I completely total this, I would not expect more than 12,000. You could still get less, but you never get more. What this does, I mean, it obviously sounds like, you know, a flawed idea, but at that point, the insurance company knows, hey, you know, he doesn't have a $25,000 Jeep that we need to worry about. So, and this is only on certain vehicles. It has to be older for sure. It's not like I can do this to my Cummins, and I never would. But you can do this, and you let the insurance company know, hey, he doesn't plan on, if he wrecks it, he doesn't plan on a large sum from us. So his rates will follow. So for instance, my 99 that I had for this, when I first had it quoted, it was like $65 a month or something, which really isn't that bad, but for the car I had, you know, it's a $2,500 car. I had it I did stated value on it for $2,500, and I got my payment down to like fucking like $30 a month or something as a 22-year-old. So that's a good way to do it. But I've never done the primary system before. I've never had a car that was, I mean, I've never had this many vehicles before. So I'm going to put this as my primary. I will make a video, probably not tomorrow, maybe the day after. I'm going tomorrow to talk to my insurance guy. I got to get the insurance on this, and I got to do some other shit for the house, sign some paperwork and shit like that. But I will let you guys know how that works out, because for this, I haven't even got to the punchline yet of how much money this will save me. Save that for last. This thing's going to save me an assload. So I'm going to rough guess that I can get my truck payment down for insurance to maybe like 120, 130. I'll let you guys know, better or worse. So I'm going to try that for sure tomorrow. So, in sum, the car is a 98 Jetta TDI 5-speed. It gets pretty good mileage. It's got an issue. I'll go into that later, probably this weekend when my buddy's down and we're going to work on it. It's got an issue. It runs and drives. It just doesn't run real good. It's a little white smoke. It's not a dead miss. I'll get into that later. I actually convinced my fiance to buy this for me because I bought her a fucking ring this year, and the deal was she had to buy me a $1,500 Jeep Cherokee. We compromised at a $420 Jetta. So I'm freaking pumped. This is going to be a fun vehicle for me. We're already talking about like fuel economy wars with my buddy who has another. He has an MK4. This is the MK3. But I'm pretty excited. So I will obviously keep you guys up to date with what I do to this. I'm sure I'm gonna do all kinds of shenanigans, like spray paint the wheels with the tires on and completely assembled, and go through and maybe touch up some of this shit. Probably throw a light bar in the front. I'm definitely excited. Anybody that has TDIs, there's a way to clean the intake, and you pretty much just shove a fucking blowtorch through it and burn all the soot out of it. And my buddy was sending me pictures of it last time, so maybe we'll do that this weekend. But lots of things to come for this. Might even talk to a professor from school. We might try to run some vegetable oil through it. Who knows? But yep, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Please comment things you want to see with the car, anything like that. I'll have to see if she can do a burnout later, but yeah, keep your eye out for stuff like this. You can find good deals. There's no way I can lose money on this. The injection pump alone, probably on eBay, I could probably get close to $200 for it. So it was an awesome find. Thanks to my buddy Brent for finding it for me. Thanks to my woman for buying it for me because I'm poor as shit. And that's about it. You guys have a good day, and go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, or write in the comments, go fuck yourself. It's all good with me. So have a good day, guys.